Hi and welcome. Today we're going to be reviewing some other tabs in analytics and some other pieces of information we can get from there. We're going to be checking financials and report cards. But before, remember you have to log in into your account and go to analytics. Then we're going to go to the left side menu and we're going to hit on financials to expand all the tabs that we're going to find here. So let's go to the first one, service fund report. Now, here we're going to see an overview for the period of time that is selected. On the left side, we can see the indicators. I'll scroll down slowly in order for you to see. Here we can see all the indicators that are being shown in the tab. Over on the top, we can see also the months that are part of that period of time and that information that applies for each month. As we scroll all the way to the right, we can see the average by indicator. We're going to be here at the end, below average. Now, from this tab, there are a couple of things that we can do. We can have PM. If you see the data changes because we're using a different one, we can decide to export the report and we can export the full report, or we can select something specific from this list in order to get something more detail about a specific topic. Let's give it a try. Let's export. When we export, if it's not a large file, we're gonna get the file straight up to be downloaded. Otherwise, in the case of this one, as it is a large file, the system might take a couple of minutes to have it done for you, and you're gonna receive a notification to your email with a link that you can use to download it. It is important to remember that this is the email that is associated with your Primavera account. We also have the option to print the report. And finally, we have our filters that we can use to search by a specific piece of information. All done with service fund report, we're going to move to top utilizer. Over here, we're going to see some graphs with different topics that you can see at the bottom, at the top of each chart. And all the information that is reflected here is based on the filters that are here. If no filters are applied, we're going to have a default view on which we're going to see all the information for all the data that is already stored. If we scroll down, we can see all the different graphs we can see. And also here we have a list of some other pieces of useful information, such as the top high utilizers, the top frequent flyers in hospital admission and in emergency room. If you would like to see more information or less information here, so a shorter list, for example, we can go here to limit to filter and we can click to see a larger list, clicking on 20, or a shorter list, clicking on 10. So let's give it a try with 10. So we click over there. We wait just a moment. And now if we scroll down, we are gonna see that now we're not showing 15, we are showing 10. This can also affect the data the graphs are showing as well. All done with this, we're going to go to risk stratification. And we're going to have a list showing the patient details, the payer, the MRA, the risk score, the premium, the expenses, and the revenue. From here also we have the option to search by patient name, which can come in handy if we know the person we're looking for. Can save us a lot of time. Of course, from here we also have the option to export. We can select a specific topic from here, specific level. We can print it and we can play with the filters as well, depending on what kind of information we're looking for. If we click in the name of any of these patients, if you see it looks like a hyperlink, we're going to get access to the patient chart, and from there we can edit any piece of information that we need. Let's go to the last tab in our financials to see high risk members or the trending high risk as it is shown in the left side menu. Similar to how the risk stratification is shown, we're going to have the list with the patient name, the payer for each patient, the active months, the expenses, premium, and MLR. From here, we also have the option to go and edit that patient. We also here have the filters. And here we also have the option to search by patient's name. We just have to type it in here and the system will find it for us. Now that we finished with our financials tab, let's move on to the report cards. Our first piece of information we can find is the performance dashboard, KPI. Let's hit in there. And now we wait for our system to display the information we need. And now we're going to see all the performance data that we have for a specific period of time. That is what we select here on the filters. In this case, as we haven't applied any filter, this is the default view that we're going to see. On the left side, we can see all the indicators that are being evaluated. And here on the indicators drop-down menu, we can see all the indicators and we can select them all, or we just can pick the ones that we want to see. That is going to be reflected in here. Of course, if we want to see information for a specific part, we can use the filters to do so. In this case, if we are not applying any filters, we're seeing the default view that includes all the information in all different filters. Over here, if we scroll down, we can see some graphs that are related to the information we saw in the list over here. And there we go. Now, if we can move on to the scorecard. And we're going to see kind of similar information. The organization is quite the same to the performance dashboard KPI, showing the indicators on the left side and the different months that we're evaluating for that specific period of time. We have the graphs here at the bottom, showing the different pieces of information. And here we can also see for other payer. At the top, we were seeing CarePlus. If we keep scrolling down, we're going to see them here for Humana. and it goes on with all the payers that are applied. Why is it showing by payer? Here in the group by, we're going to select what kind of information we want to see. For example, if we decide to select primary provider, this is what is going to be shown. Indicators based on primary providers instead of showing indicators based in payers. So let's scroll down to check that. And here we have indicator showing primary provider Dr. Miranda Bailey. And we can do that with other ones. Let's give it a try with locations. And now it is showing us indicators based on location. In this case, we're seeing here an example with Delray Beach. It's important to mention if there is a location or a payer or a primary provider that doesn't have any kind of information, it's not going to be displayed in here. And just to finish, of course, we have the option to PMPM. You just have to click over there to apply it. Click back to return to the previous view and previous data. We can export this scorecard that can come in handy to share it with other members of the team. We can print it, and we have our useful filters as well. And that will be all. Thank you.